Ipumbu, thank you very much for joining us today. So first off, I suppose this is an important topic to discuss. It has been quite an emotive one for most Namibians, many Namibians living in crowded communal lands. So Governor, why did you feel that now was the right time for the central bank to focus its annual symposium on this topic?
I think that the topic is it's important in many respects, because we are at a stage where we are asking ourselves, how do we improve economic activities in Namibia in general, but how do we improve economic activities in the communal areas in particular? So we thought, while that debate is going on, we could bring people together, create a platform to share ideas as to how do we unlock the economic potential in the rural areas, because the majority of the people, more than half of the population, lives there, and also the communal land or communal area constitute about 38% of the total land size of Namibia, so it's significantly important.
So what have been the biggest challenges, Governor, in making communal land more economically viable?
I think the challenges are multiple. One is that land tenure issues have not been very clearly clarified, and Namibia has made some progress in terms of creating a legal framework that defines land rights in the communal area. In the past, the administration of land was left in the hands of the traditional authority. Now we have moved a step forward where traditional authorities are involved, but you also have local land boards that are registering properties in the communal area. So that has gone a long way in ensuring that you have you have land rights that are defined and that are registered. So we need to move ahead where possible, because it's not possible in all areas in the communal area, where we need to make land rights tradable to those who are able to trade in their rights in the land markets.
Yeah. So when it comes to the regulatory side of things, you feel that there is progress being made, but of course it depends on the area that you're in, basically, when it comes to that communal land.
Correct. You see, because when you're looking at the communal area, you have different types of people there. You have people who want to engage in crop farming, livestock farming. But there are also people who are saying, come on, give us a choice. We don't only want to be stuck with crop farming or livestock farming. We want to try tourism, for instance. Or people who are coming from outside the rural areas who say, we see a lot of opportunities in the rural areas, but unfortunately we cannot finance economic activities there because the land rights are not secure. And if you could improve tenure security in the rural areas, we will move in there and set up tourism activities. We will set up some agricultural activities, and that will help to employ people in the rural areas. That will also help to tame the tide that is flowing to the urban center looking for opportunities. Yeah,
and of course that's a twofold benefit there. When it comes to the land tenureship, as you said, that a crucial issue that needs to be firstly clarified. Then moving forward from that, what are the key areas that you're looking at in terms of developing the land? You talk about agriculture, you talk about tourism. How are you going to get the private sector involved here?
I think what came out clearly at this dialogue was the fact that while land rights are important, while they are a necessary condition for investments to move to the rural areas, they are not the only factors that government will have to look at. Government will have to look at multiple factors to make rural areas attractive. We need to make sure that the rural areas are equipped with proper infrastructure in terms of roads, in terms of telecommunication infrastructure, and in terms of energy. And therefore, unless you address these issues as well, you will probably make a small difference if you only clarify the land tenure issues. So in other words, apart from only looking at land tenure issues, you need to look at all. Sorry, you need to look at all the other areas as well.
So that, of course, is where government policy and a cohesive policy, a coordinated policy comes in. Has government set aside, say, a coordinating committee here or funds basically to start looking at these development plans?
I think government has been coordinating these issues, I think, but what is increasingly becoming more important is to improve that coordination. Is to improve the coordination in such a way that while one function of government or one agency of government is clarifying the land rights, the other function of government has to make sure that the provision of services, including agricultural extension services, because that's very important. If we have to improve the productivity of communal land, extension services in terms of and research in terms of making sure that you have the right seed varieties, you have people on the communal land have got access to fertilizers, they have access to knowledge to cultivate. All those are important services that that people in the communal areas need, and therefore coordination becomes very important between different agencies of government.
Governor, thank you so much for your time today. Appreciate you coming into the studios. Ipumbu Shiimi, Governor of the Bank of Namibia.